How does tantric in dating work in practice? Is there something anyone could integrate into their love life, or does it require a specific mindset?
It requires a mindset, but you can have that mindset right now.
Okay.
Which is kind of like what I wrote this book on tantric dating. I kind of made that up because I'd been living in this tantra ashram in India for a year.
Wow.
And that sounds like we're having orgies all the time, and that's really not what it was. It was some people might have been doing that, but it was more like we were studying how to become more loving people. And we would be friends first. We would say, I want to be friends with these guys or these women. And if it wants to be a sexual friendship, we want to be friends first.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's kind of not the way we see it over here in the United States. We see that
here we test the car out first.
We think that friend zone means there's no sexual possibility. Mm-hmm. And in Tantra, we're like, why would you want to make love with someone you're not friends with? That seems really cold and terrible. So even if you want to have a one night stand, why wouldn't you be friendly first? So when I came back here to this States and I wanted to start dating again, I was like, wow, it's really cold here. How can I do these principles that I learned in Tantra about dating and finding a partner? So I started going out, and instead of just looking at men as oh, this guy's a creep, I don't want to date him, I would just be like, this is a human being. How can I be as loving? How can I develop myself to be as loving a person to him as possible? I'll probably never see him again, but why should I not have a great encounter with him? And I found that in the dating world is mostly helping people become less and less loving, because you're always like swiping left and going creeps. And that makes you be a less loving person. And as I tried to be more loving to the kind of guys I was dating, even if I wasn't going to go further, I started developing my own lovingness, and then I found my perfect partner. So that's what my book Tantric Dating about, is trying to see the beautifulness of everyone. Just like in Tantra, we try to see the aliveness and the divinity of everything, the sacredness of everything. I tried to see this sacredness of the people I was dating, and that made me loving enough to find my soulmate.
So when you do that, when you're looking at that other person, so it like not erases his flaw, but they become less important when because let's say the guy's a bit of creep, but like you said, you would still talk to him and be genuine, and so that's how you act.
Yeah, he's probably not a creep. He's probably just not like fantasy material. So normally I would just, in the dating world, your friends are like, oh, why did you waste time on that person? And I'd be like, I want to not be that kind of person who's very unloving, because if I become less loving, I'm probably less likely to attract love, because you attract what you are. So I'm going to just, as you do with your friends, don't you sort of overlook their flaws?
Yeah.
You sort of overlook it. You're not really worried about it. Now, I mean, if they have a super big flaw, like they, beat up dogs or something, like that's an absolute no. But if they're just a normal human, I want to try to be as friendly as possible during this date. And at the end, I might say, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you. I really did. I don't think it's going anywhere, but I actually enjoyed meeting you. And this develops you as a loving person, and it's more likely then to have loving encounters, relationships, sexual encounters, everything else. This is a Tantra worldview, which is not the mainstream worldview.